Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Excuse my face right now. Your boy's very tired. I worked for the first time in a few months over the weekend and yeah, I'm really just starting to like feel that retailness kick in, you know, like just being on your feet all day and talking to customers. I've got my second coffee of the day because I absolutely need it right now. So today I'm going to show you guys a little tutorial on how I created this look here. Now this is a cool toned halo eye. A lot of people seem to like that look, so yeah, I'm going to show you guys how I created it. So let's get into it, dear. So obviously my eyebrows are done. I do have a full in-depth tutorial on how I created the laminated brows, so if you are interested in how I do it, make sure you go and check that out. As usual, we're just going to carve out our eyebrows using concealer. And what concealer are we using? We're going to go in with our Best Skin Ever. This is literally just my go-to right now. I also think for like a eye base, this concealer makes a pretty good eye base. My eyeshadows stay on all day. They don't really blend out patchy unless it's already like a badly formulated palette, but yeah, I really like using this as a alternative to eye primer. And I know I'm meant to be, you know, like using a flat eyeshadow brush like I always do, but I'm just gonna go straight in with my sponge today just for something diff, you know, just something diff. But yes, my first day back, my first couple of days back were actually really good. Both days were extremely busy, the Saturday and Sunday, but good for us, good for the store. Perfect, so the concealer's all blended out. Now we'll just set it with some powder. So I'm just going with the usual Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. You can buy this at Sephora online, otherwise Mecca sells it in store as well. But yeah, and just gonna dip into this shade here, make some use out of it. Just pop that on top of the concealer. And just making sure that it's all set. To start off this look, I'm going to be using the Carnival Extra Large Pro Palette by Stacey Marie and Be Perfect Cosmetics. This is what it looks like. A huge variety of colours, very colourful. So I'm just going to take the shade Pillow Talk. I'll pop the shades up on screen just so you guys can have an idea of what shades to use for like as an alternative. I'm just going to place that like all over my lid area. And I'm just using a crease blender brush by Huda Beauty. There's so many like new products as well at Sephora that I need to try out, so I can't wait to just kind of like share with you guys what Sephora has to offer because there are some really good products. And yeah, the Pillow Talk was over the lids. Obviously there's not much difference, but I just want to use it as kind of like my transition, I guess. Taking like a medium fluffy blending brush, I'm now going to dip into the shade Vex, and we're just going to place the shade in our inner and our outer corner. Just gently blending the shade just slightly above the crease area. Just kind of like packing it on the outer corner of the eye. And now we're just going to like blend it out and smoke it out a bit. So you're just placing it again on your outer corner and then blending outwards. And don't worry if it's not looking too neat, because doing that cotton bud trick usually tidies up the entire look and just kind of ties it all together. Using the excess of the Pillow Talk shade that's on the first brush, it's kind of like using that just to buff out the edges of the Vex colour, just to make it a bit more smoother looking. Alright, so Vex is as blended as much as it can possibly be. We're now going to deepen the inner and outer corner again, but we're going to be using that Lights Out shade. I've used it so many times in my previous videos. It's literally just a dark black shade. And we're just going to add this to our inner and outer corner just to create a bit more depth. And just make sure that you're just blending up to the crease area only. You don't really want to blend too far up because then it's going to get rid of that Vex shade. So it should start looking like this, and this is kind of like how you create that halo eye effect. As long as you like leave a gap in the middle and put like shimmer or like another shade of colour, that's pretty much a halo eye. This is when the Huda Beauty Native palette comes into play. This is by XO herself. We're going to be taking the shade Maui, and this is almost like a purpley silver moonlight sort of shimmer, if that makes sense. I'll swatch on my hand so you guys can see. But her shimmers in this palette, they're really pigmented. Like, that's the kind of shade we'll be placing on our eye. So now I'm just going to take a flat eyeshadow brush and just spray it with some setting spray before picking up that shimmer shade, Maui Wowie. I'm just going to pop that Maui shade just in the middle where that space is. Adding setting spray to your brush really makes a difference. It really enhances any kind of metallic shade that's in a palette. And yeah, I would highly recommend that little tip. So right now, this is what our eyeshadow looks like. It looks like it's just 3 sections of color, and we don't want that. So now what we're going to do, we're just going to softly blend out the edges. And just going in with your smaller blending brush that you use to add the black, just kind of like dabbing it, I guess, to the edge. When blending out the edges of where you place the metallic, you don't want to blend it too much where it looks like a landing strip. You just want to blend it just a tiny bit, just so you can actually still see the metallic. You don't want it to like disappear and blend it to nothing. It's a pretty quick and easy eye look. You're only using about 3 to 4 shades of color. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to add a very thin wing liner, and I'm going to be going in with my Huda Beauty Life Liner. This is what it looks like. It's very good because the tip of it is very thin and it's really easy to use. Okay, so that's what my eyeliner looks like. I'm not the best when it comes to applying life liner or just eyeliner in general. Sometimes I have my good days, sometimes I have my bad days. So just go in with a cotton bud or even a baby wipe. You just want to like wipe that excess. Going in with some mascara now. I'm going to take I haven't used this in a while. This is the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. It's a double-ended mascara. One end is more for volume and the other one is more for curl and length. I'm going to go in with my volume end today. And we're only applying this to our top lashes and just using like zigzag motions to really help separate the lashes. Awesome, so our mascara is done. Now for the final touch, we're going to add some half cut lashes. Whenever I apply my half cut lashes on, I always just kind of make sure that when it gets to the end, I kind of just lift up a little bit just so it opens up my eye a bit more and makes my eye look a bit more lifted. Just while the glue is drying, I'm going to quickly do my other eye off camera and then we can continue with the face. I have an exciting new product to share with you guys, so I can't wait. Alright, so both my eyes are done. The glue on this eye is drying a little bit, so it might look a bit like white / blue in some sections. But anywho, we're going to prime our face. I'm going to go in with the Sephora Smoothing Primer, my current go-to at the moment when it comes to getting rid of those pores. So yeah, just putting that on my cheeks. I don't know why my cheeks gone red all of a sudden. Like I just wiped them with a baby wipe to get rid of like the fallout that was on my face. But yeah, my cheeks are nice and red. We're just going to let that sit for about 30 seconds before applying our foundation. And this is the product that I'm excited to talk about. So I got a tester of this foundation, and this is the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I'm using the shade 1N14, and I just got a little sample of it just to make sure that I liked it first before purchasing the whole shebang. And this is what you guys should always do whenever going to Mecca, Sephora, or any makeup store. Always ask for a sample pot when it comes to foundation, because obviously the lighting inside that store isn't going to be the same as when you go up to the natural light. And also you just want to make sure that you like the formula, because foundations can oxidize. If you don't know what oxidizing is, it's pretty much just when, I don't know like the technical definition, but all I know is that it goes darker throughout the day, and some foundations go a lot darker than usual. For example, Fenty Beauty, that goes really dark. Yes, this is the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I'm so excited to wear it again because I absolutely loved it yesterday. It didn't really crease up at all, and even though I was wearing a mask, it obviously smudged off, but my whole forehead area and whatever was left around here, even like my under eyes, there was like no creasing at all, and this foundation just looks like skin. It's absolutely amazing. Once I finish this test pot, I'm definitely going to be purchasing the actual product. So I'm just going to carefully open that. Now I'm just going to dot it around my face. So as you can see, it doesn't look like it's full coverage, but once you blend it out, it's kind of, I would say, medium to full coverage. Looks can be deceiving. So see that, like the redness that was on my cheek just before, the majority of it is just all covered up now. Like this is such a good lightweight foundation. It has like a nice rosy smell as well, but nothing too strong. But look at that, like see the redness is pretty much gone. Like, you can still see it. Like I said, it's buildable coverage, medium to full, I would say. But yeah, it feels really lightweight on the skin, which is awesome. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing any foundation at all. When I buy the actual thing, I will definitely do a video. I'll do like a wear test video where I wear the foundation for a few hours and just kind of like keep checking in and showing you guys how well or how bad it looks after a couple of hours of wearing it. But just from my first experience yesterday, I really enjoyed it. I couldn't really tell if it oxidized though. I think it might have, maybe just a tiny bit, but like nothing too crazy. We'll get more in depth about the actual product itself when I do that wear test. This is what it looks like without any powder, without any concealer. It just looks really nice. It has like a nice luminous glow. It feels very light on the skin, as I've already mentioned. So I would say that the coverage that I've got going on right now, it's more of a medium coverage. If you look up close, you can still see some breakouts that I have, but I'm quite happy with it, and I don't really care about showing off a bit of breakouts, you know. So just going in with the By Mario contour stick, and we're just going to bronze up our cheekbone area, and I think I've put a bit too much on, but YOLO. So yeah, if you feel like you've put a bit too much cream product on, just go with your beauty blender and then just kind of like dab over top, and that kind of just like tones it all down a bit. I'm actually going to try warming up the product with my fingers. I feel like it's getting a bit cold recently, and I think this needs to be a bit more warmed up, you know. All my like baby hairs just getting in the way. That's why I hate doing my forehead sometimes, because like when I do my foundation it goes into my baby hairs and it looks like really bad regrowth. And yeah, same with my cream contour. But yes, now that I'm working back at my old stomping ground again, it's going to be awesome to be able to like share with you guys some exciting products, and a few of my favorite products in particular, from like hair products to makeup to the fragrances, all of it. Now I'm just going to take a little bit on a smaller blending brush to do our nose, and we're done. No jokes. Okay, so I'm looking very orange in certain areas of my face, but don't worry, when we conceal it's going to be all gone. So now we're going to take the Peachy Lip and Cheek tint, and I've got the shade Flirt, which is my current go-to. So you just got to warm the product with your finger, and see, like, that's literally all I use. And I'm just going to do a couple dots here and just a couple on the other side, and just with the excess just wipe it on my blush brush, and I'm just going to pat it just in that same area and just moving it more outwards towards your hairline. But yeah, if you just look at the colour, it's really nice. Perfect for like any glam, whether it's a natural or something a bit intense like mine. So now we're going to conceal, and we're just going to go and pop 2 dots underneath our eye, one in the nose, chin, and a bit on the forehead. If you leave your concealer like after you've done your cream contour and cream blush, it just kind of like blends everything out a bit easier. We're going to be using the OG, the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Powder, and I have a feeling this is going to be the OG for a while. Never get over that smell. So I was using my sponge today just because I want to do it really fast, you know, just a quick application. Place it all over, but mainly like putting majority of the product underneath your eyes, but then just spreading the rest of it evenly throughout the face. And look at that, our skin looks absolutely stunning. So now we're going to do our under eye area. We're going to add a bit of smokiness to the look. So you kind of just want to get like a flat eyeshadow brush, something similar to this. We're going to dip into Lights Out, and we're just going to pop that just underneath. Keep it in that same spot, and then just like smoke it out. And then going in with the Maui Wowie shade, we're going to put that in the middle, in between the two. Yeah, so that's what we've got going on with it underneath our eye area. Now I'm just going to do the exact same with the other eye. Oh my gosh, like the glitters like going to my eye. We're almost done. Now we're just going to do our lips, but that's literally all we're doing with the eyes. We're not going to add any bottom mascara. We're just going to keep it as is. Oh wait, actually no. Going back in with your eyeliner, I'm using the Huda Beauty Lifeliner. I'm just going to add some little points to the inner corner area. Okay, so that's what our points look like. Yeah, not exactly even, but it's close. Now for the lips, just going to go with the Mecca Max Pout Pencil, and this is in Classy. This is like my go-to. I love it on clients as well. It's, oh my gosh. I love it on clients as well, and it's suitable for any kind of look. And to top it off, we need one final product, and that is the Mellow Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Ibiza. Ibiza, I don't know how to pronounce it. And just like putting it in the middle of your lips, and then just using your finger to like blend it out. And now we're just gonna take our clips out. My hair is still drying, which is why it looks like an absolute frizz ball at the moment. But yeah, this is the completed look. This is my tutorial on how I created that cool tone halo eye look. I'm quite happy with how it turned out the first time. I'm still happy with how it turned out now. And I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. If you recreate any of my looks, please tag me. My Instagram is at imagebyimogen. I usually leave it in my description below, so go check it out and give me a follow in there if you like. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and share my video around. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching,